Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to the Best Self Over 40 and Fabulous reveal. I'm a little behind. I'm actually preparing for being a senior leader for Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny, and I had an important meeting for that before. So this is going to be a quick get ready with me for a level 2, which a level 2 is going out makeup. So a level 1 is your 5 to 10 minutes, get out the door, what we call define your features, right? It's so that you don't show up invisible, and 50% of that look is your brow. So that is your level 1. And level 2 just means we're going to be a little more opaque, so we can show up a little bit more present, and the makeup is a little bit more of an expression. So I'm putting on the Smooth Reflection. So one thing I wanted to point out is when you first put this on, you might notice a little bit of redness, and you're going to see it's going to quickly dissipate. But I'm getting this on. I've already prepped my skin. I've decided I'm going to do a video to show skin prep and to just show how freaking awesome. Like, I'm going to do half the side of my skin prep with my makeup on top, and then I'm going to do half the side without using this. You can really see the impact that it makes. I'm going to go in with some smooth canvas right now because I am going to be probably loading up some concealer here, and I really don't want it in my lines tonight. So that is going on, and I'm going to allow this to just kind of sit into my skin. You can see how just amazing and blurred out this is. It's just a great way to prep. Okay. And then I've already put Revival Brow in, and now I'm going to put some brow primer to hold these puppies in place. And I am going to give you a preview of the brow tint lift. Many of you tried it in the studio, but we are just waiting for our last of our packaging details to be going through, and then we're going to have that. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose my lip, and I can already tell you I want to have a pretty vivid lip today. And where is that? Yeah, I think I'm going to do a nice hot pink. What do we think about that? No light pink here. This is going to be a hot pink. Ooh, maybe a purple. Let's see. I'm wearing this floral, if you can see it, this floral top, my silver suit. I'm prepping for holiday. So I'm going to let that soak in. I might apply more afterwards. And then the first thing that I'm going to do, and this is kind of, I've been sharing about this, is this concept of a full coverage primer. And what this is going to do is make my life so much easier going up to a level 2, because the foundation that I use on a daily is really a light medium coverage, and what I need now is to be opaque, and I don't have a lot of time to mess with this. I've got to get it on quick, and so I am just taking a little bit, putting it on with my fingers, and then I'm going to use a blending brush to smooth it all in. And if you can't see, that Smooth Reflection made it so easy to blend. It's kind of ridiculously insane. I mean, so easy. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm starting to pale out now, which I need to go back to Punta Cana. Oh, get a little bit of color in my life. All right. So I'm just moving it around. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and just make my life easy and go ahead and do my whole eye. And let's see if you can see. All right, and then after you apply, you want to blend. And I know I had a baby bookie in here somewhere. I saw it, and then it disappeared. I'm in the middle of washing my brushes right now, so I'm just going to take this nice blending brush and I'm going to let that sit before I add anything else. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is tightline. And the reason for tightlining, we're going to tightline and we're going to add eyeliner on the top. But the reason for tightlining is so that we can see definition at this lash line. And I'm trying out a bunch of different pencils and I don't like this one. All right, let's try this one. I've been testing and testing and testing. There we go. I want it to be able to go on and nobody have to work hard at getting it on and have it be really easy. Okay, so do you see the distinction? Like the definition now, you know, this focus on the base of this lash line is so important. You guys, I just can't say it enough. Like this tight lining is the strategic, definitely for level 1. You never want to leave home without it if you're not wearing any makeup. It's going to bring the attention right on the lash line. And then now once that's done, I am going to go in and I'm going to look and I'm going to hope that this is the 5M because I can't see. Let's see if I can find my glasses because I can't read. Yep. First call, 5M. Okay. So this is the brow tint and lift. We have names for these. And I actually forgot to get that to my graphic designer today. Whoops. I will be doing that shortly. Sorry, Lex. All right. We got so many things. We have the launch of Smooth Reflection, and then right behind it is the brow tint and lift. So we are hoping to have some great new products for you for Genuist this year. So the intention behind this, if you can just see that beautiful difference, is it colors the hair and not the skin. And I've got some grays popping through. I desperately need to have my brows colored right now. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but you can see that it's coloring and bringing that definition right to my lash line. And if I go get colored, I really don't have to use this very much. But right now, you know, this is for people who don't want it color, or after that 3-week mark and you've started to fade, you know, you're like, oh, I need my brows back. And I just got my brows back. Okay. So next is, we're going to do a little bit of a crease color. And I am going to put this on. Let's see what I do with it. Okay. So experimental. And what I'm working on is putting a stain above this crease. So if you can see, I can see, okay? We want to aim for what I love Erica Taylor calls this is over the river and through the hood, okay? We all have wrinkles in our crease, and it's a real pain in the ass when you're trying to create a level 2, because when you use a darker color in the crease of a shadow, it sits right in the line, and it's awful. And as, you know, as a baby makeup artist, you know, I was always horrified when I was like, yeah, we got to put color in the crease to balance out your eye. And then what would happen? Womp womp, the color would go straight into the crease. So this is just my solution. I am coming up with easy solutions. If you saw how easy that was, I was able to put that on with my finger. I am going to go back with a little bit more color after I get done, but you can see how awesome. And you can use it during the day, right? So this is just a little bit of some brow highlighter, easy peasy. We're not quite opaque yet, but I'm waiting to get on my liquid shadow. So this is, again, my experimental liquid shadow that I have been working in the labs with, and I'm going for a little more drama tonight. So I'm going with a little bit of some smoky. So when I take this liquid shadow, and I go to blend it up above the crease where that shadow stain was that I put down, that crease stain, it's going to be slightly darker above the crease. And that is a win-win because it is going to just make it slightly darker and I will not have to work so hard to get that definition. So if you can see, I'm just gonna start slowly feathering out on the edges up here because I want to bring a little attention to the outside and up. So it's so easy to do this with this. Once it sets and you're able to blend, it's just a piece of freaking cake. And if you need to, you can just take a sponge and just kind of wing it off right here. Okay, so if you know, there's this edge that goes from here to here, and that's really where this accentuation should be. And again, I don't have anything on this brush. This is just what's left over of the liquid shadow. And you can see it right there. So then if I was gonna hit it with a little bit of shadow or a little bit more of the stain or a shadow stick, you can see that's being pulled up and out. All right, so now we're gonna go to the second side. I probably should have blended this pretty much right away, but it doesn't have a strong drying agent, which is remarkable because the drying agents are what cause more wrinkles to be seen. Those drying agents, when they dry down, they kind of shrivel up around the wrinkle. So, you know, if you're using those shadow sticks and all of a sudden your wrinkle shows more, it's because of that. So, you know, I'm diligently working on a formula that it isn't going to shrivel up around the creases. Okay, so there we have it. And I'm now gonna just take a big brush and blend. And again, it makes it easy because that underpainting for the eye is there. And then I am going to take a little bit of this experimental powder and you're gonna see it just smooth it out. Right? Smoothie smooth. We just want it to not, we don't want that, all of their discoloration, which there's a lot of it when we're older. There is, it just is what it is. So we just don't want to make it more obvious. So if you can see, I'm just kind of pulling this out and then I'm going to do a check and I'm going to be like, okay, do I need to go back in and add a little bit more? So I'm going to look in my close-up mirror. All right, so in this case, I'm just going to take a little bit of a pointed brush and I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate. I'm going to take a little shadow stick. Let's just take a little shadow stick, shall we? Okay. I'm going to go right here. So there's just two different products that I'm playing with, right? And each one kind of has a purpose. And you can see how this one has a little bit of some blurring in it. So the underpainting is really wonderful to kind of get that down. And then this is just going to beautifully sit on top. So I love this blurring shadow stick. It is going to become part of the Genuist line. And I believe this underpainting will as well. I just think it's lovely. Okay, now I'm going to just take tiny liner, tiny liner. And I'm going to pull my eye tight. And tonight I'm going to actually use that pencil underneath my eye. Because I'm going to be a little smoky. This is the width of an eyelash. So for those of us with hooded eyes, aging eyes, it's very hard if you take that eyeliner, you know, a traditional eyeliner, and you go on top of it, it's going to take up half your lid. So this width of an eyelash just makes life so easy. And then if you screw this up, it will blend. So I'm going to keep my eye open. And you can just make a thicker line if you want a thicker line. And I'm just going to zip this off. Good. I love these little beauty blenders just to, you know, especially when I'm in a hurry. And if you noticed, I did not put on concealer for that reason, because I would like to wait to the very end just in case I spit any eyeshadow, if I was going to go and put any, I still want to put a little bit of liner or baby liner in there. But the next thing I'm going to do, this is our 3-in-1 Magic Foundation. And I'm putting this on because I want that healthy skin glow. The primer, full coverage primer, is not meant, it's such a lightweight product. It almost feels like there's nothing on the skin. And I think for full coverage foundation, that is the hero, right? Like we all want to like go, oh, I look freaking great, and not look like the Crypt Keeper with some of these full coverage foundations that have a lot, they're heavy. I mean, you can see them on the skin. And nobody I know wants to see their makeup on their skin. So that's, you know, especially we don't want them in our lines. All right, so I think I am going to put a little bit of shimmer. I think I have one right here. Just because I have so many fun little palettes. You know, and I mean, how often do we all get to go and dress up, right? Never. So I'm just going to take this, and I could really use my finger too. I'm going to use my finger. I mean, fingers, look at that. So see, looks so good on top of that liquid shadow. Okay, fun. You know, all about the fun. I could use another liquid shadow on top of here. We have some sparkle too, but you know, it was handy. Why not? Okay, and I'm gonna go underneath with some, we're gonna just, you know, people always ask, like, should I put it under, should I put it over? Here's the thing, is doing liner all the way around, it makes you look sexy. It does. Like if you're never gonna see, if you look at the effect, right, it's either sexy or it's kind of dark. I'm gonna pull this out to the side just a little bit, right? Just gonna open up my eye because I got all that space right here, and I'm gonna use my little spongy sponge. But you know, it's what's the effect you want to create? Do you like eyeliner underneath the eye? You know, people are like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about taking my eyeliner up. You know, if you just put it underneath, it does not open up your eyes. My 90s girls, my early 90s girls, get that eyeliner halfway across underneath your eye every day out. I've had 2 or 3 people lately who have been doing that. Okay, I still haven't done any cheek. I am going to use, again, something kind of experimental. Dun, dun, dun. This is a liquid cheek. And it's like a stain. I mean, if it's in the liquid eyeshadow category, it's blurring, it's easy. And I'm just gonna hit my cheekbones, take my fingers, blend me in just a little. And then I'm gonna use the pink, because why the hell not? Give me a little bit of color. Same thing. Gonna smile a little bit. You know, there's so much controversy on where to put the damn blush. You know what, y'all? Just smile and make sure it doesn't sit in your smile lines. You know, we don't have to go all the way to the cheek. If you do that, it drags your face down. Everybody's all concerned about making sure that there's lift. I agree. So now I'm going to put my concealer on. And this one I am developing to work with smooth canvas. And I'm going to use my finger, and you can start to see it's just like a very lightweight, like it's not heavy at all. And you can see I'm just using my finger, which, you know, a lot of concealers that are made for mature women have a lot of slip to them. So if you're using something like Smooth Canvas or a lot of eye cream, like it slides off your face, those concealers. Or there's some with so many drying agents that you're just kind of like, oh God, they're all in my lines, right? So once this is on, I'm just gonna take a little bit of brush and I'm gonna just blend away. I'm gonna add the leftovers just up under my highlight area one more time. And then I'm just gonna paint with just a little bit of some powder. This is some special kind of powder. I don't even know what to call it yet. I don't have a name for it yet. I have not gotten from the lab. It feels somewhat like the Smooth Reflection. So I'm in experimental mode with this, and I will keep you posted. But for this easy look, I think we're doing great. Okay, last but not least, and I have a lot of makeup applications on Saturday, so I'm going to be using all of this on my applications. So, new mascara. This is a clean, vegan, Credo safe formula that I am about to open up and test on everybody. But you know what works for me about mascara is if I can get that first coat that I just did and I can see my lashes when I'm looking straight on, it's a freaking win. And the best part is that now I want to take it up. So now let's see if I can take it up and not look like a damn spider, like I have spider legs on. Okay, I just love this. And that's what we all want. There. All right. I'm just going to look. Oh, I should probably put on a little highlighter. What do you think? If I have it in handy, which I do, I'm going to just use a little bit of some shine. And off I go. Okay. There you have it. So this is a level 2, and I am going to probably be doing some great tips and tricks on what makes a level 1 or a level 2. But this shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to execute. I think I'm right at 20 minutes. And it's important to just understand that it's the light in which you're going to be seen. Now, I could probably go and add a little bit more cheek if I wanted, but you know what? I'm still all about looking like myself, and I just don't want to disappear. And that's what I'm trying to teach you all is like, if we're going to go in and I'm in a silver suit, I'm going to be hanging with some of the most fierce women in Atlanta who wear a lot of makeup, and I'm a makeup professional. And some of the women who don't wear a lot of makeup are always like, oh God. And they're just simple and easy strategies to look your best in every occasion. And I look really forward to teaching you these simple and easy techniques. So, till next time.